Welcome back, people, to another Punt Hunter video. Um, Today's video is going to be a little bit of a recap, plus a look at the small round, which is round 17 coming up this weekend. Um, but first of all, let's look at the diabolical weekend that we had before. But before we go into that, if you guys are liking what you see, continue to like, subscribe, and help me out because I'm seeing so many of you watch, but I'm not seeing many of you subscribe. So if you're watching, subscribe to me. Anyways, into last weekend's diabolical performance. As you can see, it's pretty much red. And that's what we take on the chin every so often. Games that I thought were going to be close were not, and games that I thought were going to go one way went the other. So, Storm ended up getting smashed, which didn't help me. Warriors ended up losing by 1, which again didn't help me, looking like they were going to win by 1 to 12, which would have been great, but couldn't hold on. The Eels lost by 1, who I also backed, which is not in here. The only real highlight of the week was the same game multi on the Sea Eagles, absolutely trouncing the Bulldogs. The Raiders got pumped, which I was not seeing happening. Well, I didn't predict to happen. The Knights won head to head, but won by way too much. And Sharks got beaten when I thought the Sharks would win. And to top the weekend off, my same game multi for the West Tigers Rabbitohs game did not come through because Latrell Mitchell didn't score. And the Tigers won the second half. So, that left me well and truly down from round 16. So, I'm looking for round 17 to bring me some more luck, as you would say. So, round 17, let's have a look at the squads. Obviously affected by Origin, and obviously teams are going to be low on players because of that. Now, first game of the weekend, Sea Eagles Raiders. After last week's performance, I cannot back the Raiders. It just won't happen. So, Sea Eagles, without Tom Trbojevic, without Daly Cherry Evans, I still have them winning. But, as you will see, I'm sticking with the safe option this week. My safe option is Sea Eagles head-to-head. I don't think the Sea Eagles will win by that much. So, if you're wanting to play a little bit more risque, Sea Eagles 1 to 12 at $3.40 is looking like a pretty good wee money maker. I'll be sticking Sea Eagles head to head. I'm wanting to try and get more green than red this weekend, and I believe that that is the way to go. And also another one that I looked at was Ruben Garrick, anytime try scorer, $2. That's looking like pretty good value. We'll have a look at the lineups for that game. As you can see, Xavier Savage makes his debut for the Raiders. The Raiders are in all sorts. They really, really need just a spark from somewhere, and I just don't know where that's going to come from. I think the Manly Sea Eagles are on a roll, and I don't think that losing Tom Trbojevic this time is going to affect them too much. Rupert Garrick's been playing really well. So has Saab and Harper. Kieran Foran's been in pretty solid form. I just think across the park they're going to be too strong. Carl Lawton's an interesting one. He's been extremely good since moving from the Warriors. So yeah, I don't think the spark's going to be there for the Raiders. I think the Sea Eagles will win and win pretty comfortably. But I don't think it's going to be a landslide. So I reckon Sea Eagles 1 to 12. Right, moving down. Friday. Unfortunately, the odds were not on TAB because at the time of making this game has been moved to Newcastle, so the odds hadn't been updated, but I think the Rabbitohs will be too good. Even without all of their origin players, Latrell Mitchell, Jai Arrow, Dane Gagai, Damien Cook and Cameron Murray, I just think they're going to be too good. Cowboys lose Molo, Hamiso, Valentine Holmes, so I think this game is head-to-head Rabbitohs, as I've got here. I think the Rabbitohs won't smoke them off the park. I think it'll be a bit closer than that, but Cody Walker and Adam Reynolds together will be able to carry the ship, I think. I don't think that they're going to lose, and I think that it will be Rabbitohs 1-12, so that's where my money is in that game, okay? Moving down, Saturday. So one game a day for this weekend, which is kind of lackluster. Bulldogs, Roosters. Roosters by a landslide. I think it'll be Roosters 13 plus. I think that the Bulldogs are still atrocious. And they ain't going to, even with Angus Crichton, Saluka Fafita, Baker and Tedesco out, I still think that the Roosters will be way too good. Joseph Manu moves to fullback, which he plays really well when he plays at fullback. Drew Hutchison is back in, who also had a pretty good combination with Sam Walker before getting injured. Yeah, it's not going any other way but a Roosters win. And a Roosters win by 13 plus. I don't even need to talk on that game any more than that. Warriors Sharks. Warriors are coming into this game with a 3-game losing streak. Reece Walsh is back. This is a big in. My gut is telling me my head is telling me to back against the Warriors this week, but my heart is telling me to go with them. So, as you'll see, I've gone with the Warriors. I'm only going with them head to head. And if you are dumb enough to go with them head-to-head like myself, you probably may as well just go 1-12 because the Warriors are not going to blow a team off the park. They haven't all year, and it's not going to start now. So if they win, it'll be a close game. 1-12, head-to-head, $2.27. Take your pick. I'm dumb enough to back them. Probably go against that because every time I have backed them this year, they have seemed to miss, apart from a couple of the early rounds. Anytime try scorer here was quite interesting. I reckon Montoya at $3 looks quite good. Again, I could go through why I think the Warriors will win, but yeah, I think it'll be a close game. Sean Johnson's been in wicked form. Awesome signing to get him back next year. William Kennedy's ripping up for the Sharks. Jesse Ramien's solid as ever. Ronaldo's always out to prove a point, so I think the Sharks are on the up. The Warriors really need a win, so it'll really come down to how much the Warriors really want this and how much the Warriors want to play finals football because they cannot be dropping games now. Interesting inclusion of Matthew Lodge, who will bring some punch into the front row. Again, I don't think the front row is where we're really struggling. It's somewhere that we have a lot of depth. I think it's more in the halves and in the backs that we really need to strengthen. But I like the signing of Matt Lodge. And I think he'll bring some vigour through the middle, especially with Tohu Harris not being there. So, yep, Warriors 1-12. Back them head-to-head. Marcelo Montoya, anytime try scorer. I think that is where my money will go. Again, bet against them if you want to win, I think, because you can pretty much take my bet and do the opposite, even though I'm supposed to be giving you guys advice. Anywho, round 17 multi. I didn't do this last week, but I think a 4-legger, and I should be picking the team multi for the week. It's going to go Seagulls, Rabbitohs, Roosters, Warriors head-to-head. 4 legs. Let's see if I can get a W on that. Okay, so as always, if you are gambling, gamble responsibly. Make sure that when it comes to the Warriors, don't ride any multis on them because they're the one that I'm probably the least comfortable with this weekend. But as always, as I said at the start, if you like the video, comment, like, subscribe. Keep hitting the positive feedback because it really makes this enjoyable. As always, I will see you guys next time, which will be a State of Origin video on the weekend previewing the game and my punts. Anyways, catch you guys then.